Ayo, season 3 of the King podcast is here with the Black Larry King himself, Kid Crumbs, and he back by where the interviews are live, the news go viral, and the talk stay real. Street stories, culture talk, viral moments, if the buzzer, they cover. No cap, no filters, just facts and fire. Pull up and lock in. Tap in now, King Podcast Season 3. Watch it live on YouTube at BLKTV-1. Tune in or get left.
Hard time, ENT, 803. What up, Trap Nigga? This is Carolina movie. Let's go. Carolina, home of the Gamecocks, estimate. All the mafioso, hard time, ENT, 803. Long live Angie Stone, male legacy live on. I'm a fly brother, I'm a G.O.D. and that's my word is bomb. Sam B mixing, qualified, I'm lyrically gifted. From the M-E-T-R-O, we call it Metro, where we hit them switches. And I ain't talking about a low ride. When they push them buttons, better stay inside. When you cross the state line, in the power metal, they don't waste no time. I used to hustle at the Park View Inn, on North Main, pushing that game. It's such a game, cause it ain't the same. These niggas done made it lame. You ain't gotta hype me up. I'm built to last all by myself. In the streets, I roam alone. Nah, I'm good, don't need your help. They ain't living by the street code. Ain't no respect, they disrespect. Salute to the ones that's holding their own. Standing their ground, chasing their check. All for the love of the music, I never abuse it, I never let it go. You're picking and choosing and moving, you need to improve it. But you're just too slow. Man, it's levels to this. Everybody can't speak. I'm in my own lane, you know what I mean? And one more thing for all these newcomers. What's that? You ain't gotta put me in your list. I've been doing this, a real lyricist. Carter go harder than him, sound more better. Look at the way that I spit. Constantly dropping that heat for the ones that street. Hustling, trying to eat, knocking and dropping them bars. Yeah, it's the God, I come in with peace. Y'all better step it up. BLKTV. Mafioso.
So.
Woo! Hot damn it, 47, man. We back with another new season of BLKTV. We taking over for the 9-9-2000 round this thing. What's going on, y'all? You know what I'm saying? This your boy Jit Chronicles, and welcome to another episode of BLKTV, man. I know the new season's supposed to start actually next Sunday, July 12th, man. But, you know, y'all been showing so much love to the content, so much love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I had to give y'all something a week early. You know what I'm saying? Let's start off BLKTV Season 4 the right way. You know what I'm saying? Much love. Again, much love to everybody that's been supporting the channel, liking the channel, my subscribers, all y'all, man. I can't thank y'all enough, and I think y'all going to be pretty pleased with what we got lined up for y'all tonight. This is the Season 4 premiere of BLKTV. Make sure you follow me on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, X, formerly known as Twitter. Shout outs to the subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We on the road to 100 subscribers. Let's see what we can do in these YouTube streets. Shout outs to my mods. Y'all know I got to shout out my mods real quick, man. My brother, Carter Mafioso, you know what I'm saying? Over there at Hard Time 803, you know what I'm saying? Support his channel as well, you know. Damn, I almost had brain freeze, you know. Don't Bite Your Tongue podcast with your boy Carter Mafioso 803. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. I want to shout out my boy DJ Sergeant Rock. My other mod is your boy Tat. And y'all know we're going to have some political corner episodes this season, you know what I'm saying? So big shout outs to CI, Cobra Immortal, you know what I'm saying? Just shout outs all the way around. If you're feeling generous, listen, just because it's a new season don't mean I'm changing my ways, man. Hit that Cash App. You know what I'm saying? The Cash App is scrolling at the bottom of the screen. Y'all know I'm going to keep saying this. This is how y'all messed up, man. When y'all sent me that $50 Cash App, it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So if we can get more of those this season, we can definitely do that, man. Bookings for BLKTV. Make sure you go to groundhard904@gmail.com if you want to be a guest. If it's a topic or anything that you hear that you want me to discuss on BLKTV, man, hit that email. Also, if you want to book me to host your next podcast event, whatever you got going on, all the booking is the same. Once again, for bookings for BLKTV, that'll be groundhard904@gmail.com, man. Look like we got a comment in the we got Diva spotted in the building, you know what I'm saying? Salute, peace, and blessings, you know what I'm saying? To the Dons and Divas out there. We're gonna keep this thing moving, man. New season, like I told y'all, I really wanted to start the season next Sunday, but y'all been showing so much love, man, to the videos, liking, sharing, commenting. You know, it was only like right that I come hit y'all a week early, you know, the day after the 4th, and bless y'all with some interviews, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of the 4th, man, I hope y'all had a happy, safe 4th of July. Now, I'm going to tell you this now, you know, I let y'all pop the fireworks. You know, when you get older, shit, I don't know whether it's fireworks or guns, you know what I'm saying? So I hope you got all your fireworks out last night, because if you're popping them tonight, I'm calling the law. You understand what I'm saying? I got to get up and go to work in the morning. I'm calling the law on your ass. We don't want to hear no more fireworks. Y'all been popping them anyway since last week. Last night, y'all should have ran out. You know what I'm saying? So no fireworks tonight. And shit, you should have been popping them earlier, because the Black Larry King is calling the law on you tonight. But nevertheless, man, I'm just being silly. I want to go ahead and get into this interview with the Queen, and I actually want to take time because I believe I'm so used to calling her Diva Ebony B, which she is. She's a queen, you know what I'm saying? But Miss Ebony Brinson-Moss, I just want to say real quick, one of the classiest, educated women I have ever met in my life. You know what I'm saying? We go back since 2012. We go back since the Independent Connect. Rest in peace to my boy Clear J. The Queen always been loving, sharing, kind, giving, you know, give you good advice, you know. So I can't say like I really wanted her last season on BLKTV, but it was so much stuff going on, me transitioning with the job and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of little crazy stuff, but I was able to pull it off. I was able to get the queen in here. And listen, you know what? I'm going to bring the phone out. Damn the cue cards. Let's put the cue cards down because I want to run down this queen's resume. You know what I'm saying? So she's a media powerhouse, serial entrepreneur, and healthcare leader who truly does it all. Ebony is a mastermind behind Diva Spot Radio, the Diva Spot Podcast Lounge, and the co-host of Beat Street Divas. Her syndicated Frontline Friday showcase, that used to be the shit too, has blessed networks worldwide, including the D-Hour Show, helping independent artists get the shine that they deserve through her agency, Diva Spot Inc. When she's not dominating the airways, she's celebrating 10 years of marriage, raising her 2 children, 12-year-old Queen and her son, Makai, who turns 24 this year, and running the Daily Goodness food truck. I would love to talk about that. On top of all of that, she's designing her upcoming beauty line, Nurse Glamming, for healthcare heroes and creating high-impact lifestyle events as a community activities and events director. She is here today to talk business, branding, and how to save lives while slaying faces. Get ready for the one and the only Ebony Brinson-Moss, a.k.a. my queen, Diva, Ebony B. Y'all give a virtual warm welcome. Queen, welcome to BLKTV. Impeccable resume.
Peace and blessings, King. Thank you for having me. Peace and blessings, King. Thank you so much for having me. I am so excited to be here. And hold on, I can't hear you. I think you on mute. There
you
we
can
go.
Hear me now? You can hear me?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, there we go. Go ahead and look at you. You're looking good. Say your thing. It's all about you tonight, Queen. You know what I'm saying? You do your thing. I'm just happy to see you. You're looking good. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for blessing BLK TV with your presence tonight. So that's first and foremost. Thank you, Queen.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on the premiere. You know, you have been at this for some time, and like you said, 2012, before Queen was even born. You know, we've been knowing each other for a decade, man, and that is a beautiful thing. And my children have watched us create spaces for Black entertainment, Black media, Black businesses, and we have interviewed them all, showcased them all, and more to come. Big shout out to everybody that's tuned in on YouTube right now, everybody that's tuned in on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which is now X now. But I'm excited to be here and just talk about my journey. And also big shout out to Clear J, because Clear J started this thing with us.
Yes. And Queen, first because I want to back up too, because I definitely want to talk about Clear J. I think that's what's the most to me, that when we started, a lot of our kids were like yay high. Now they grown, graduating high school. Some of them getting married. You know, some of us are grandparents now. You know what I'm saying? Thank God Black don't crack, because we still looking good. We looking just as young. You know what I'm saying? So, so for you to say that our kids have watched us through this journey, you know, it just goes to show you like how many lives that we actually, impacted and influenced. You know what I'm saying, Queen? So that's definitely a beautiful thing. And before we jump into the interview, Queen, I just want to preference this to everybody that's listening right now. I met Diva Ebony B in 2012. I remember Diva Spot Radio, which I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it tonight. Which I feel like, Queen, and I'm not just saying this because you hear. I feel like you literally shaped the way women move in media for this radio stuff. Because you got to remember, Queen, when we first started, the word podcast did not even exist. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like you was a pioneer in that, especially for our Black women out there. So first, sis, I want to know how did that make you feel? And of course, Clear J from the Independent Connect, we recently lost him. Sis, I still can't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But just what's your overall thoughts on that?
Well, and thank you for that acknowledgement. Thank you for giving me my flowers. And yes, we started off on Blog Talk Radio before it was even considered a podcast. It was internet radio. And that was a beautiful journey to start Diva Spot Radio. And I started Diva Spot Radio because I wanted to give a voice to the independent, those who were out there working, were out there hustling. And then I wanted to create a platform to educate them on how to register their music And this all came from Frontline Fridays, where we interview, showcase, and promote nothing but the hottest and independent music, baby. So it was just a blessing to have them on. I've always done things in the community, but Future Guru 100, big shout out to Future Guru 100. He reached out to me. He said, Diva, you got a lot of food, but you need a bigger plate. Because I was already doing things in the community with keeping our community clean, you know, reaching out to the churches as far as childcare and making sure, you know, the homeboys on the block knew you out here getting this money, but our kids walk through these streets. So it felt good to be accepted and create that. Well, first of all, to create the platform. And I didn't have any red tape. I was like, wait, I can talk about what I want to talk about? I can. Yeah, are you sure? So I did my research on that, and it ended up turning into an opportunity for me to teach others how to build their platform on Blog Talk Radio as far as branding, working the switchboard, interviewing guests, and then that created Diva Spot ENT. Big shout out to Lauren. That created Diva Spot Inc., where I started to brand a business on networking, your brand management, interviews, and I was able to turn my passion into a business. So I feel good. Big shout out to Ali, big shout out to Denaya Zora, big shout out to, there's so many ladies, exclusively L. I've shown so many of them how to work the switchboard and start this podcast journey, and still have clients coming to me now and asking about how to get started.
No doubt. That's what it is, Queen. And real quick, I do want to say shout outs to Lawrence Perkins 932 in the chat. He's here to support you tonight, Queen. I'm so glad that you mentioned Frontline Fridays, because, Queen, that's kind of why I remember you from, you know, Frontline Fridays, which is still is a powerful platform for independent artists. So I guess my first question, Queen, would be, how did that all come about for you? And what was your journey into the media world? Like, let's take it all the way back and how you first started in the game.
Ooh. Well, first of all, big shout out to Slate Stone and Phenomenal Radio, the Phenomenal Fam, the 1000 Network. Frontline Friday started where I was living in Jersey at the time, and I've seen a lot of artists who needed a platform to get on, and they were being charged like out of the wazoo for things. And I was like, you know what? I want to interview, showcase some more artists. And I knew a lot of rappers. I knew a lot of singers. I knew a lot of, and being back and forth from Jersey and New York, it just fit. And me and Guru was promoting parties at that time. We were promoting events. So I said, you know what? Let's bring the media to it. And then I got on top of it. I seen these artists come in, and I said, you need an EPK. A lot of them didn't even know what an electronic press kit was. But shout out to in the chat, baby. I see you. But they didn't even know what an EPK was. They didn't even know how to register their music or ASCAP, BMI. They didn't know how to get paid. And, you know, the Queen always is working on making sure that we get paid and compensated for our gifts, talents, and skills. So we started with Frontline Fridays, then came Step the Game Up Saturdays with the business owners, then came Woman to Woman Wednesdays with the ladies. Oh man, then we had Soulful, we had Spiritual Feeding on Sundays, and then the show just started growing. And then the 1000 Network, Phenomenal Radio, Guru has sent me to them, and he said, I like this Queen. I got the opportunity to interview Capadonna, from Wu-Tang, Split Star. I had so many people on there, but they loved it, and they gave me opportunity. They said, Diva, how would you like to be one of our shows on our network? At that time, I didn't know what syndication could do for your brand. Exactly. And we did it, and that thing took off like wildfire. So it got me excited, and I wanted to learn more, and I started educating myself more, and adding more value to my brand, and then it opened doors for others.
Definitely, Queen. I respect that. So let me ask you this, because I want to put it in the sense of when we first started, and you know, Queen, I'm pretty sure maybe we had the same experience. You know, we back in the day, we had no teacher. you know, everything that we learned, we kind of had to learn ourselves. So when I say to you, like, and I mean this, Diva Spot Radio, I feel like you were one of the few Black female entrepreneurs that shifted the game for radio and media as we actually know it today. But did you feel those pressures? That's what I want to know. Did you feel those pressures, or was it the kind of thing of like, you know what, man, I'm gonna just make it do what it do? Like what's your thoughts on that?
Well, absolutely. I felt those pressures because at that time it was more of like they wanted to see more skin. They wanted to, exploit me. They wanted to see. It was like you had to have little to no clothes on to get some type of promotion, to get into rooms, to network with people. And I'm going to say, honestly, it pissed me off. And being the Pisces that I am, I decided to do something about it. I wanted to make sure that queens knew that you need to use your mind rather than your body. You don't have to go to these events and be in these rooms with some of these arrogant and predatory people to be able to provide a platform and a plate for people to eat off of. Some of the things that I've faced is they wanted me to, like, they kept saying, "Oh, you the next Wendy Williams," and I'm like, "No, I'm the next Ebony. I'm the next Diva Ebony B. No shades to Wendy Williams, but I'm making my own platform." So they wanted me to be in a box and cookie coded. And my thing was empowering and educating the community so we can improve our environments. So yeah, there was definitely pressures, and especially when I got pregnant with my daughter. There was pressure, balancing being a mother, to my son who was 11 at the time. And then I got pregnant with my daughter and I didn't have the support that I thought that I was going to get. It was like, well, we need you to pump out numbers. They were so good. I was so good at what I was doing that when I needed to take a time out to nurture my womb and motherhood, it was frowned upon, as it is in the industry with any of them. But yeah, I was able to overcome that because I knew what I had was valuable and unique, and I was irreplaceable. I'm the queen, baby.
Yeah, and queen, like I said, even I found myself back in the day kind of getting involved into that. Like you say, it's got to show skin. You got to be, overzealous. You got to be in your face. And, at the time, I didn't realize that was just a fad. And I feel like for people like you, I call her my mentor, Fire Chick out of Philly. I felt like y'all really reached out to me and, hey, Jit, get yourself together, get on track. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna always appreciate you for that, queen. You've always been who you are, and that's what I respect about you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I respect that about you to the utmost, and you always was a powerful force. So again, I keep taking it back to Clear J, but I feel like if it wasn't for him, I would have never met you. You know what I'm saying? And beautiful soul. Yeah, man, beautiful soul.
We owe a lot to Clear J. Big shout out, to Kano the Pyro. Big shout out to D Slate. We all came together as a collective. And at that time, 10 years ago, we were right at the height of building Black media. There wasn't all of these spaces in our faces across these multiple platforms all day long. So that was one of my main focuses at that time, is to make sure if we're presenting ourselves as Black media or in the media industry, that we bring some excellence, we bring some education, we bring real food, we bring some cool things. Yeah, we can get ratchet. I've been ratchet, all of us, but it was kind of like, we need y'all to act more like a fool and act like niggas and coons. We're happy to be entertained by you in that area. But when you start talking about eating right, when you start talking about respecting yourself, when you start talking about bringing a Black community, and when you start talking about financial management, oh no, can't talk about that. But you can talk about pop that coochie, and you can talk about power all day. And that's why I was so dedicated, because I knew we had just stepped into a realm that we were about to take over.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree, queen. All right, so I want to keep it on Diva Spot Radio just a little bit more. Is it safe to say that the Diva Spot Podcast Lounge, would you say that it's a continuation of the original Diva Spot Radio? Because I say again, back then it was internet radio. The word podcast didn't exist. The word YouTuber didn't exist. The word content creator didn't exist. I feel like, Queen, you should give yourself a pat on the back, because I feel like we've all contributed to those being the new normal. You know what I'm saying? So is Diva Spot Podcast, I know I was all over the place. Is Diva Spot Podcast Lounge a continuation of Diva Spot Radio?
Absolutely. Diva Spot Podcast Lounge is a continuation of Diva Spot Radio, because it's all about the pivot. And in this industry and in this now it's creators world, you have to, in any type of business, anything that you're creating, you have to learn to pivot. We were internet radio. That's just what it was. It was through and through. First it was radio, and then we became internet radio, and now we're podcasters now. But yeah, it's definitely a continuation of it. And the beautiful thing about Diva Spot Podcast Lounge is it's a gumbo. I got everything over there. And I love it. And I call it a lounge because I want people to, when you think about a lounge, you think about a place that's comfortable, really classy, luxury. Yeah. You can come in and eat, you can talk business, you can have good times and with educated and the upper echelon of people when you go to a lounge. And then you can have fun and good music. So it's definitely an extension and a great way that, thank God, I was able to pivot, because it's always God first, family second, and career third. I was able to pivot into the lounge and still be creative, and it still matches my soft woman life. This is not an era. And like you said, I've always been poised and kind and loving, but I create things now that match with my peace in my life. And it works with great balance.
No doubt. That's what's up. That's what it is, Queen. All right. And Queen, we got JR the Hustler in the chat. He says shout outs to the Queen. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to JR the Hustler. Definitely. All right. So Queen,
shout out to JR the Hustler too, because he is incredible.
Yeah.
When I say a man that's working and a visionary and a creator and a father all at the same time, I love the way that he moves, and he started, at some point we had a conversation, but he had a situation where it put him in a position to choose him so he can see how brilliant he is.
He is. Yes.
He's able to do, because he's good at doing everything for everybody else. So big shout out to you, King. I'm so glad to see you doing your content. I'm so glad to see you creating for yourself, and he's amazing at it, man. I love doing things. When he do something, he don't know I'm not battling with him, but he keeps me sharp. So I love seeing him do something, and then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do something. So big shout out to JR.
Yes, he keep you going. And Queen, I gotta say this too, because I had the pleasure. Like I've known JR for many years. I've known JR before I know some of the people that I work with on Grind Hard Radio, and I had the pleasure of one season. He was actually a cast member on the show, and I remember just getting people saying like, wow, we so used to JR being behind the scenes, being the manager, so I thought, especially, on Grind Hard Radio, it was good that he showed us who he was, what he does, you know what I'm saying? So, JR, just if you're listening, you're welcome to come back to Grind Hard Radio, because we are returning to YouTube this fall. Shameless plug. But I just wanted to shout my boy out. But tonight, Queen, it's all about you. So I want to move on to my next question. I want you to talk to me about Beat Street Divas. You wear so many hats in the game. Your girl Elle, we actually had her on Grind Hard Radio. Shout outs to you for putting that together. Queen, you do so much stuff. You know what I'm saying? How do you handle wearing so many hats?
Well, big shout out to exclusively Elle. That is my March Pisces. I'm a February Pisces, so she's my little twin. And I love her for everything that she does. She is incredible. B Street Divas came about where she hit me up. She said, Diva, I want to collab and bring XEEX and B Street Divas together. And I want to collab just like we did with the Independent Connect, but she is a Seattleite. She's a social Seattleite. She's an amazing artist. She sings, she writes, you know, she's a collective, and I love her energy. So it was really nice to have another queen that me and her can, you know, do what Pisces do. And I help produce and I co-host the show. And as you know, I'm a graphic designer. I produce shows. I make skins. I do all types of things. So we came together and we did B Street Divas, where we can bring both of our platforms together to expand and give more, you know, more visual, more promotion, more territory with more states to the artists there in Seattle to put them on. And then we end up doing B Street Divas Travel Edition, because she started traveling for work and I started traveling for work. So when she was in Alaska, I was in New Hampshire, we did that too. So wow. That's a great question. Everything that I do, I'll tell you this, and for all your viewers that's watching and people who's listening, the way I'm able to balance all the hats that I wear is God first, family second, and career third. Everything you see as far as B Street Divas, Queen's Royal Sips, which is now the Daily Goodness, the Diva Spot Podcast Lounge, graphic designing, it's all curated around my soft woman lifestyle and the things that I love to do. I'm multi-passionate. Yes, I'm a serial entrepreneur. It's been in me, but these are my passions. So they come very naturally for me to do. So I have my July goals, and I always got a vision board. That's another thing. Keep your vision in front of you.
You had that vision board since yes, you've been that is true, Queen. You always had that. Yes, true facts.
Keep you a vision board, because this is part of manifestation. Keep you a vision board. I always will put things in there so I can see them every day. Like if I put together a vision board is, for those who don't know, is basically 5 to 6 or 7 to 8 photos of what you want to do or see yourself in the near future. This is your vision. I want you to do it as a collage, save it on your phone, print it out, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it on the refrigerator, put it on the back door, on your door when you're going out your room, and put it, on the dash of the car. Because if you don't keep your vision in front of you, life is going to life. And you're going to get off track. But if you can keep that vision in front of you, you're able to keep your focus, your energy, and your drive, and know why you are doing this, because you're going to run past some days it's just not so great. But if you got your vision in front of you, it's like, all right, I know what I'm doing this for. Let me reset. I have a really great support system as well. My family is extremely supportive. Everybody, I'm intentional about who I allow in my space. And who I allow around me. This is my garden. So everybody don't get to come and sit down and eat in the garden with me. But another way I've learned is from what I learned from the past is I was given way too much access. I gave way too much access to people who were draining me rather than pouring into me. So now I keep the balance with the things that I'm passionate about, what come natural. I take the time out to get me a schedule, and I stick to my schedule daily. And I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. It automatically happens at 9 p.m. at night. You cannot call me after 9.
That's right. Yeah.
You don't. Even with the notifications, you need your rest. You need your sleep. You need to recharge. So put that phone on Do Not Disturb. Cut those lights off and get you some good rest. And that's how I keep balance. I'm very grateful, but I had to learn. From that experience. So yeah, I keep good people around me. I stay focused, and I don't move or bend on my boundaries or in my schedule.
Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful, Queen. All right, and you kind of led me into my next question, because you are a serial entrepreneur, and Queen, I say that you make it look so good. You understand what I'm saying? You make it look so easy and so flawless. And I had to learn that, not everybody is made to be an entrepreneur. But since you've been doing it for so long, what would you say would be some of the pros and cons of being a self-made entrepreneur?
Oh, nice. That's a really good question. Some of the pros to being a serial entrepreneur is the creative control. I have full creative control. I dream big. And if your dream's not big and if they don't scare you, they ain't big enough. I get to create a world, or I get to create a world around me that I really want. And just like that vision board right there, staying in front of July, I get to create things, and I get to be intentional and creating the spaces in the world that I want to see. I'm being the joy, and I'm being the person or the mother or the mentor or the example of what I want to see. Also, some of the pros about it is I get to learn. I'm in the inside learning, and I'm thinking more as a retailer rather than a consumer. I've learned to actually be more frugal and budget my money just by having to have a budget for my businesses. So that's definitely one of the pros. Another pro is I get to travel, I get to network, I get to meet different people, and I get to connect people together. And I get to see the product from the very first start of it to the prototype, and even all of my graphics. You guys have seen graphics with people out there don't even know that it's me. And that's a beautiful thing, because that's a faceless company, and that's a multiple stream of income. Big shout out to John. John taught me, from my guy from Nigeria. He told me a long time ago, he said, Ebony, you need multiple sources of income. Just in case one is not doing what it needs to do, the other ones will do what they need to do. Now, some of the cons is people. You are dealing with customers. Also, you are dealing with managing people, managing employees and managing staff, and dealing with customers. Sometimes people can make a regular hot dog with mustard and ketchup difficult.
Yeah.
You need to learn to have some emotional intelligence and learn to be able to stay professional and smile with your customer service, because the customer is not always right. But you want to get, because some people are just committed to confusion. They're committed to being argumentative. They're committed to just being nasty and be loud and wrong as hell. And that's one of the things that you're going to have to face if you're dealing with people. But another con is your time. Being an entrepreneur and starting a business, do not think that you're going to put in 40 hours a week. No, baby, this is a 24-hour job. And as an entrepreneur, you got to at least do 60 to 80 hours a week, 7 days a week, because you are the owner. That means you're doing the technical support, you're opening and closing the business, you're doing the bank runs, you got the website, you're doing the orders, you're taking care of the registration and insurance for your business, you're making sure that all of your paperwork is done every year, you're doing the taxes, it's all you. But there's a way to handle that, and I'll give that to you guys in a few. But that's some of the cons. Is just it takes a lot of time and a lot of responsibility, and you're not going to see the money that you're looking to make maybe like a year later. But the first 5 years of a business is the trial and error. If you can make it past 5 years, it's a go.
No doubt, no doubt. And Queen, I love, because like every time you respond to anything I ask you, like I have a question planned, but then it becomes something else. So when you said that, the guy told you had to have multiple streams of income, I feel like that's why I go to my job every single day. I've been in retail management for the last 20 years. I faithfully go to my 9 to 5, or I could say where I really make that good money from, to invest in my dreams. So I guess my next question is, you got the media, you got 2 kids, you're an entrepreneur, but a lot of folks don't know you are a certified nursing assistant. And I could imagine that's where the money comes, the 9 to 5 comes at. So I want you to, I guess the question I'm trying to ask, how important is to have those several incomes, or that one specific thing to invest into what you want to do. You know, I feel like my 9 to 5 is what I use to invest into my dream. Or if I'm making sense, Queen. I'm all over the place. I got a beautiful lady on the line. I don't know how to act tonight. You know what I'm saying? But if you could answer that for me, Queen, what's your thoughts? You know, I guess I'm trying to say, because I feel like people, they think stuff gonna happen overnight. And for me, I can honestly say it take money to make money. You know, you gotta put some money up. So what's your thoughts on all of that, Queen? If I could put that question out there that way.
Oh, absolutely. I am a certified nurse's assistant. I'm a certified and delegated med technician, as well as I just stepped into a role as the activities and events director at a memory care facility out in Bavorde. And yes, your certifications and your education will pay you. Being a CNA and a med tech for the last 14 years, you know, it has really taught me how to multitask. Being in a nursing field and being in a nursing home, long-term care nursing homes, working with people on hospice, working in trach and vent, you know, and traveling. That CNA certification has made me some money, baby. And when I say it has made me in the med tech, and the more education, the better. The more education, and then what I started was, I went and I have multiple accounts now, but when I first started off, I had 2 accounts, which was my personal bank account, and another account I had a savings account, and I named it, I had 3 accounts, my personal, my savings, and then I had another savings account called my dream account, and dream fund. And I had it set up where $50 of my check was taken out of my regular check and went right into that dream fund, that dream account, but I didn't notice that it was gone. I purposely did this because this was for my dream. This was for my business. This was for my brand. I knew, because at first I wanted a brick and mortars. That's what I wanted. I wanted to have a Diva Spot Beauty Bar, which came to pass. But you have to set money aside for your business. Even if you work in your 9 to 5 now, you know you're gonna blow $50 on some food. You're gonna blow $50 on an outfit. You're gonna blow $50 just getting bread, milk, eggs, and some ketchup.
Yep. So
invest into your dream and keep that money separate and don't dig into that money. Because when it's automatically taken out, you don't see it. So it's very important to have multiple streams of income, and also having an income that's going to double and make you money. See, what I do as far as in the medical field, I use these apps, these Uber apps for nurse, like Care, Shift Key. These are crisis apps, meaning that these people are hiring for med techs or nurses assistant, and they're going to pay me $25 to $35 an hour. I just recently didn't even know. And this is how good God is. And give God his too, by the way, because God ain't asking you for nothing he ain't gave you first. So make sure you're giving God his. But I went out and I did some assignments, which I was getting paid like $23 an hour, right? I did like 9 of those assignments. Little did I know that this company Care was running a promotion that they were giving me $150 bonus on top of every shift that I did. So, but they were doing it at the end of the month. So I'm already working my $23, $25 an hour doing 8 to 12 hour shifts. And this is more than what this is what staffing comes in at. At the end of the month, I get almost a $1,130 something check deposit in my account. Right before my birthday, when I called Care, I said, I think you guys have made a mistake. He said, no, ma'am. I said, I got an extra $1,000 in my account. He said, no, Miss Brinson, no, Miss Moss, you got the bonus for doing all of those shifts.
Wow.
I didn't even know that they were running the promotion, but when you're going, if you want to make some extra money, Uber is good, you know, Uber Eats is good, DoorDash is all that's good, but find you a staffing agency that's going to pay you double for that 1 or 2 days of pay and put that money up. Because if you work for 2 days, right? We work 5 days and we got those 2 days off. Why not go and double your money for those 2 days if you know you're going to be jacking around and put that money into a savings account. You do that, let's say you do it for a month, grind hard, okay?
Yeah.
Grind hard. You do it for a month. Let's say you pick up those staffing agencies, that's like $250. You got $500. So that's $1,000 at the end of the month.
Do the math. Yeah.
Do that.
Do the math. Y'all heard the queen.
You're valuable, and that's what I started doing. I added tax, and I started playing the game more smart to add value to my time. And if I was going to go work for somebody else's business, they was going to double the pay. And that's why it's very important, like discuss, have multiple streams of income. But if you want to do Uber Eats, or if you want to do DoorDash, do it at the peak. Go to a nice neighborhood. Do it at the peak and get that extra money, and then let that money sit and don't touch it.
Yeah, no doubt. Y'all heard it from the queen herself. You know what I'm saying? Get that dream fund, get that dream account. All right, queen, I want to switch gears a little bit, if we may. I want you to talk to me about this beauty line for nurses. You know, you want to glam it up. I think that's so amazing. You know what I'm saying? Queen, talk to us about that, because I'm seeing that a lot too. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing it a lot. Nurses coming out with their own line of scrubs. You know what I'm saying? Changing the game. Again, always the serial entrepreneur, queen. Talk to us about the glamming line.
Yes, another way to have another stream of income when I'm already what I'm already passionate about. Nurse glamming, we are saving lives and slaying faces. This birthed out of being showing up to work and seeing, because again, I did Mary Kay for years. I was a Mary Kay beauty consultant, as well as I became a director, and I had 20 women in my unit. So when I would go to work on the graveyard shift, when I was working in Washington, I noticed that some of our ladies looked like they needed to be in those beds. I'm like, not a little bit of moisture, And my heart kind of went out to them, because I'm taking care of myself before I go to work. As a nursing assistant, you're going in, you washing people's face, you brushing their teeth, you getting them dressed, you getting them looking good, and here you are looking like yesterday's lunch and brunch, like you was left out all night. So that really came out of the fact of wanting to dedicate a cosmetic line to medical heroes. And we're working on like mascara. We got the mascara. I got a red lipstick called High Blood Pressure. I got a white eyeliner called Oxycodone. So they're so fun that we're coming out with this, and we got some cute little fanny packs as well that Slave the Day. So it just came out. I want to do something for those medical professionals, those nurses, those doctors, those CNAs, those caregivers, and giving the company the opportunity to put something back into them. And it can be like care packages. You got your cleanser and your moisturizer, a little lip gloss. You will never know how far just some moisturizer and cleanser can go so far with just taking care of yourself every day. So nurse glamming was birthed out of dedicating something to the medical professionals, because when you look good, you feel good, and having another multiple stream income while being a nurse's assistant, because I'm not going to wait for them to pay me more money, but I would create a product that I know is the need for that'll pay me more money. And I already got my clientele base right there. I already got my customer base.
Smart lady. Absolutely. Dwayne Moss in the chat say you are a real life hero without the cape, and I second that notion, queen. And again, for y'all, I've known Ebony for years. She's always been this way, so just to see the growth and to see that you never gave up, you never stopped, you always kept going, even if it was in silence. You understand what I'm saying? So queen, you definitely should give yourself a round of applause, because you are an amazing person, amazing mother, amazing businesswoman. And that was why I wanted to have this conversation with you, to give you your flowers. You know, people may not say nothing all the time, but we damn sure watching, darling. So I definitely got to say salute to you for that. Ebony, I want to know, when it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be?
When it's all said and done, I want my legacy. I wasn't here to be popular. I was here to be proactive. Like, I'm here to make a difference. Like, she planted seeds for us to eat. I want my legacy to be 10 generations down, 20 generations down, that she taught us how to feed ourselves. She taught us how to till the land and community. She taught us how to go out there and nurture what we planted, and also be able to teach others how to eat too, through, creating safe spaces, creating healthy businesses, creating healthy habits. That's a big thing. Creating healthy habits to heal, because we got a lot of trauma coming on. So my legacy would be that Diva made sure there was a garden for everybody to eat and for everybody to plant seeds in, so we all can eat later on and grow. So yeah, and my legacy: God first, family second, and career third. That's just how we roll.
Always. All right, so Queen, before we wrap up the interview, I want to know if it's anything that I haven't asked you during this interview that you want to throw out there to your people or to your supporters.
No, you have done an incredible job. I am so glad to be here for the premiere, and to be interviewed by you. And it's full circle that it came back around, from Groundhog Radio, and where we all started to be the one being interviewed, and you giving me my flowers. And, I hope that everybody that's tuned in, make sure you share this, share all of the interviews, but share mine.
But especially this one. Share this one.
Share it, put it on your page. Tell your mama and them, and tell your other mama to share it. But just connect with me. Let's collab. Let's build more safe places. Let's build more Black Wall Street. Let's hold ourselves accountable. We in a season of accountability, a life of accountability, so we can move forward and be able to see, the next generations do their thing before we get up out of here and get promoted to our next level.
Absolutely. And Queens, speaking of collabing with you, is there any place or websites the folks can go and find you on social media in case they do want to work with you? Like, get your promo out there, darling. Where can we find you on social media?
Oh, absolutely. You can find me everywhere at Diva Ebony B. That's at Diva Ebony B on Instagram, on X, on Facebook, on TikTok. You can also reach out to me so we can connect. You can call me directly at 210-382-0937. Again, that's 210-382-0937. I love a great human interaction as well. You can also check out the Daily Goodness. The Daily Goodness, we got some things coming up with the food truck for the Daily Goodness. So the dailygoodness.com. You can check out Nurse Flamin at www.nurseflamin.com. And you can also check out my blog. We still got blogs at www.blogspot.com/divaspot. Again, that's www.blogspot.com/divaspot.
No doubt, folks. Make sure y'all go out there and connect with the Queen. Diva, I want to know any last words or shout outs you want to throw out there to your people or to your supporters.
I want to give a big shout out to my husband. Thank you for being here in the chat and supporting me. I want to give a big shout out to my amazing children. She Queenie. She always gonna be Queenie Beanie. And my son Makai, Grandmaster Kai. Check out Grandmaster Kai. He got music out there. His birthday is this month, is July the 30th. He is going to be 24 years old. One of our team tick, our tick baby is going to be 24 this year. Big shout out to Aunt Annette, aka Gladys. Gladys, I see you, baby. Thank you for being here. My family for always supporting me. Big shout out to my network, all of my family and friends that's tuned in. And I look forward to we going into the next 6 months of the year. We in the next quarter. We already prepared for the next quarter. So let's go ahead and turn it up. Keep it cute. Keep it classy. Keep it professional. Keep it Diva.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Well, Queen, look, you know, I could talk to you for hours. I honestly want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for taking time out your schedule tonight to come kick it with us on BLKTV. You like a sister to me. You welcome over here at any time. You know I have no problem with returning to the favor. But I really want to thank you for setting the precedence for season 4 of BLKTV, for being my first guest, you know. So, Queen, I love you. I'm in awe of you. I watch you, and I wish you nothing but blessings in abundance. And thank you so much for coming through tonight, Queen. I enjoyed myself.
Big shout out to BLKTV. Make sure you like, subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend. It's definitely Diva approved, and I'm glad to be here.
Y'all heard it here. Diva approved. All right, guys, this has been another episode of BLKTV. Make sure you stay tuned for this season. We got a lot more to come. We got about 7 more episodes of season 4. Also, Grind Hard Radio returning this fall to YouTube. It's your boy, Jit Chronicles. I'm in the building with your queen, Diva Ebony B. We out. God bless and enjoy y'all Sunday. BLKTV, baby. We out. Thank you, queen.
803. What up, Trap Nigga? This is Carolina move. Let's go. South Carolina, home of the Gamecocks. SMA, out of mafioso, hard time ENT. 803, long live Angie Stone. Male legacy live on. I'm a fly brother, I'm a G.O.D. and that's my word is bomb. Sam B mixing, qualified, I'm lyrically gifted. From the METRO, we call it Metro when we hit them switches. And I ain't talking about a low ride. When they push them buttons, better stay inside. When you cross the state line, in the power metal, they don't waste no time. I used to hustle at the Parkview Inn on North Main, pushing that curve. Push up the game, cause it ain't the same. These niggas done made it lame. You ain't gotta hype me up. I'm built to last all by myself. In the streets, I roam alone. Nah, I'm good, don't need your help. They ain't living by the street code. Ain't no respect, they disrespect. Salute to the ones that's holding their own. Standing their ground, chasing their check. All for the love of the music, I never abuse it, I never let it go. You're picking and choosing and moving, you need to improve it. But you're just too slow. Man, it's levels to this. Everybody can't speak. I'm in my own lane, you know what I mean? And one more thing for all these newcomers. What's that? You ain't gotta put me in your rap list. I've been doing this, a real lyricist. Carter go harder than them, sound more better. Look at the way that I spit. Constantly dropping that heat for the ones that street. Hustling, trying to eat. Knocking and dropping the bars. Yeah, it's the God. I come in with peace. Y'all better step it up.